Welcome. Today we're delving into some truly unsettling real-life encounters from across Europe. These aren't just tales. They're moments where ordinary life brushed against, well, sheer terror. We'll be sharing these powerful stories you've sent us, looking at how people face unexpected danger, sometimes with courage, sometimes just enduring it.
And what these moments reveal about us.
Exactly. It's about the stark reality that the scariest things, they aren't always fiction. They can be waiting right there in the shadows. Let's begin with a really disturbing incident from London. We're going back to central London, mid-1980s. Think of a hot, sticky summer day. Oppressive.
Yeah, those heavy London days.
Our focus is a new mother, Spanish. Her baby is just 6 weeks old, and she's not well. Not at all. She had had a terrible pregnancy, a previous miscarriage, lost weight, almost died during childbirth. The baby had issues too.
So incredibly vulnerable.
Incredibly.
Yeah.
And despite all this, she needed to get a passport for the baby at the Spanish embassy.
Yeah.
A frustrating day. She's carrying the baby in a papoose, right on her chest. After hours getting nowhere at the embassy, exhausted, ill, she heads to the tube. Just wants to get home.
Understandable.
The platform's busy, commuters, mostly men in suits. And then she sees him, or rather, he sees her. A tall man, heavily built, staring. Then he approaches her, starts propositioning her.
Oh, no.
She points to the baby, tells him firmly, "I'm married, not interested." Stern, clear.
You'd hope that would be enough.
It wasn't. He got aggressive, tried to touch her. She pushed him off. People saw this happening. Other commuters?
But they didn't step in.
Not yet. They seemed frozen. Shocked, maybe.
Ah.
Then the man grabs her, tries pulling her towards the steps. And then, this is horrifying, he reaches for the baby in the papoose, as if to, throw her off balance or worse. That was it. Something snapped. She described it later as a red haze. Pure primal instinct. She just launched herself at him, punching, scratching, kicking, all her strengths despite being so weak, didn't care how big he was.
Protecting her child.
Totally. He's screaming she's crazy, threatening to kill her. That just made her fight harder. Finally, the other commuters reacted, pulled her back, called the police.
They arrested him.
Yes, they arrested him. She's shaking, furious, still ready to fight. Then, as things calm down slightly, one of the commuters comes over. He says she was brave, but so lucky. She asks why. And he tells her the man had a knife. He was trying to stab her and the baby while she was attacking him.
Oh my gosh, she didn't even know?
Didn't know. The realization just hit her, how close they came. She completely broke down. They had to escort her home.
It's just a staggering display of that protective instinct. It can manifest as incredible strength, even when someone's physically compromised.
Like a hidden reserve of power.
Exactly. It bypasses rational thought in a life or death moment for your offspring.
Yeah.
It's biological, deep-seated.
And it also shows how dangerous everyday places can suddenly become.
Right. That switch from mundane commute to mortal peril. And unfortunately, that bystander effect, too. People freezing in a crowd.
Okay, let's move north now to Scotland. Our next story involves Angus, who's ex-military, and his partner, Fiona. They had this kind of split life. Big house in the Highlands for weekends, but during the week, a tiny row house in Aberdeen.
Practical.
Yeah, it was an old fishing cottage, renovated, right on the North Sea, cobblestone streets, very picturesque.
Sounds lovely, but maybe a bit exposed.
Well, that's the thing. It was so charming, tourists sometimes thought it was a museum. They'd occasionally just walk in during the day. Because of that, Angus and Fiona got a bit complacent, pretty lax, they said, about locking doors at night.
Uh-oh, I see where this might be going.
One night, they're fast asleep, small bedroom. Angus wakes up suddenly. Just a sick feeling, he called it. Something wrong. It's dark, his eyes are adjusting. He sees a flicker, slight movement at the foot of the bed. Fiona wakes up too, gasps, grabs his arm, and then he sees it clearly. A figure, man in dark clothes, standing right there, between the bed and the door. Just standing, silent. Angus, with his back ring, reacts instantly, jumps out of bed, fists ready, yells, "What the hell are you doing here?"
Adrenaline must have been pumping.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But the intruder, he doesn't flinch, doesn't attack, just stands there for a few seconds.
Yeah.
And quietly says, "Sorry, wrong house."
What?
"Sorry, wrong house."
Yeah.
And then he just calmly turns and walks out the door.
That's deeply unsettling.
Angus follows him, watches him leave, then slams the deadbolt, heart pounding. Fiona's terrified, tells him, "Call the police now." They go to the phone, pick it up. Nothing. Dead silence.
No.
Angus checks the line outside. It's been cut.
That quietness from the intruder is terrifying in itself. Sometimes more so than outright aggression. That calm, sorry, wrong house.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Exactly. Completely wrong futsu. And then the cut phone line. It suggests something far more planned. The what if is horrifying. What if Angus hadn't woken up?
They lock their doors now. Always.
I should think so. It's a harsh lesson, isn't it? How easily we can let our guard down in familiar places, even picturesque ones. Basic security seems obvious, but often isn't prioritized until something like this happens.
Our third story is from Russia, near the Caucasus Mountains. It involves the storyteller's mother when she was only 20. She was from Chechnya, described as crime-ridden back then, very traditional, an eye for an eye kind of place.
A tough environment.
And there's a crucial piece of background. Her mother's family on the Russian side was apparently very involved in the mob. Her great-uncle, known as K, was a big figure, a leader.
Okay, that adds a layer.
Right. So the mother's on a break from medical school, wants to meet friends near the Black Sea, gets there a day early for some beach time, but she falls asleep sunbathing, wakes up really sick, severe heat stroke, almost passing out.
Dangerous situation.
Desperate, she stumbles to the road to get a cab. A car pulls up, looked expensive, like a private car, but often used as unofficial taxis there. There's already a man inside, besides the driver, but she feels she has no choice. She's too ill. So she gets in.
Risky.
Very. At first it seems okay. Then she realizes.
Yeah.
They've driven right past her hotel. And then the car turns off the road, into the woods.
Oh no, this is bad.
She knew instantly how bad it was. She's tiny, 5 foot tall, thin, still sick from the heat stroke, wearing just a swimsuit and a pullover, no weapon. Trapped.
What could she possibly do?
Fighting was out. So she used her words, her connection. She looks right at them. And with amazing calm, she says, I don't know if you know who I am, but I'm Kay's niece. My family is from Chechnya.
Bold move.
She went on, you know, if you do anything to me, my family, especially my uncle, will find you. They'll kill you, your parents, all your relatives. She kept talking about her family, right? Chechen customs, the whole eye for an eye thing.
Wow. Laying it all out there.
The driver stopped the car, looked at her, confirmed what she said. He actually mentioned knowing guys in the army who knew her uncle, knew the reputation, respected that Chechen culture.
So her reputation preceded her, or her family's reputation.
Yeah, exactly. It was like a silent agreement was reached right there. No more words needed. They turned around, drove her back to her hotel, complete silence the whole way. She never saw them again.
That is remarkable. Just incredible presence of mind to leverage that social connection, that specific cultural threat in such a desperate moment.
Using fear against fear, in a way.
Precisely. It's a really unusual case where a criminal reputation, something normally feared, actually acted as a shield. It shows how complex power dynamics can be in certain societies.
She sized the situation perfectly. Knew physical defense was impossible.
Right, and pivoted instantly to psychological warfare, using the only weapon she had, her family's name, and the cultural weight behind it. Truly amazing quick thinking.
Okay, this next one involves a child. Happened in Germany, Lower Saxony, early 90s. The narrator was about 8 or 9. They were on a school trip, staying in a hostel. Room with bunk beds, a rec area, big windows, glass door.
Typical school trip setup.
Kids being kids, staying up late, messing around. They were a bit spooked by the darkness outside, kept the curtains closed. One kid was playing a game, hiding behind them, jumping out. Then a friend, Dennis, decides to run outside to scare kids in the next room. Standard stuff.
Yeah, harmless fun usually.
Dennis comes back. But then, a moment later, they see something moving outside the window again. They get scared, tell the teacher. Teacher comes in, tells them to calm down, closes the curtains properly, and leaves them to it.
Dismissed it.
Yeah. Dennis, though, still thinking it's a game or just curious, runs outside again. The narrator feels uneasy, follows him out, and that's when she sees it. She describes seeing some guy picking Dennis up and vanishing in the dark. She calls Dennis's name. Can't see anything.
Terrifying for a child.
A few moments pass. Dennis reappears, but he's laughing. Tells her it's a fun game, being carried away by this guy, says she should try it.
What? He thought it was a game.
Apparently. Her next memory is Dennis suddenly panicking, and then she's in the man's arms. He's running with her, away from the hostile lights. She's struggling, fighting, yelling for help, just pressed tight against him. He's telling her it's fun, don't worry.
But she knows it's not.
She keeps fighting. He starts to panic then. And he starts strangling her.
Oh my God.
She can't breathe. But somehow, with this surge of strength, she grabs his hand, pulls it off her neck, and he says something unforgettable. Why are you so strong?
Chilling words.
In that moment, she kicks him hard in the leg, breaks free, and runs back towards the hostel as fast as she can. Her math teacher actually caught the guy. The police came the next morning, brought the perpetrator back. He was young, maybe late teens, early 20s. Made him apologize.
An apology seems inadequate.
Right. She remembers his eyes widening when he saw her. But then, the truly awful part, her teacher called her a liar, told her not to tell her parents about any of it.
That's just compounding the trauma, denying her reality.
For years, she half believed it was imagination, a bad dream. But even now, she has this physical reaction, can't stand anything tight around her neck, ties, scarves, and she gets anxiety attacks where her chest and throat tighten up.
The body remembers.
Exactly. She says it's like a physical confirmation that it wasn't imagination, it was real.
And that's so common with childhood trauma. The psychological impact is profound, lasting. The body holds on to it even if the mind tries to push it away or rationalize it. Phobias, physical sensations, anxiety, it's all linked.
It's like an echo of the event.
Precisely. And the adult dismissal, that's deeply damaging too. Telling a child they're lying about something so terrifying, it invalidates their experience and makes healing so much harder.
Okay, our last story tonight, this takes us to Trieste, Italy. Around 2012-2013, it happened to a 20-year-old American student visiting her boyfriend, Ryan, who was teaching there. Should have been a happy reunion, Christmas, Valentine's Day, his birthday, all rolled into one trip.
Sounds idyllic.
She arrives at the airport, texts Ryan goodbye, knowing she'll lose phone service. He'd given her clear directions. Get the C-bus, about a 45-minute ride straight to the train station. He'd meet her there. So she gets on the bus. But she immediately feels vulnerable, alone in a foreign country, doesn't speak much Italian, worried.
Natural feeling when traveling alone somewhere new.
She tries to connect with the woman sitting next to her, shows her a map, points to the train station trying to confirm the route. The woman smiles, says something like "CCO me," which the narrator takes as "yes, come with me," like "you're going the right way, stick with me." Seemed friendly.
Okay, seems reassuring.
But then, maybe 15, 20 minutes into the ride, way too early, it should be 45 minutes to the bus docks. And it's not the train station. It's a really run-down, sketchy-looking area.
Alarm bells.
Big time. Ryan had said the station was obvious, couldn't miss it. This wasn't it. The woman next to her stands up, insists she get off too, even grabs her arm.
Whoa, that's not friendly.
No. The narrator pulls back, says, no, grati ciao ciao. Basically, no thanks, goodbye, waving her off. Her gut feeling is screaming now. The woman gets irritated, mutters something under her breath, and then, this is the really chilling part. 5 men who had been sitting separately all over the bus, totally silent, not interacting with the woman or each other.
Yeah.
They all stand up.
All at once.
All at once. And they get off the bus with the woman.
Oh, wow, they were together.
Clearly. The woman was the lure, the friendly face. The men were the backup, the muscle, waiting for the signal.
That's terrifying, a planned setup.
She stayed on the bus, made it to the actual train station shaken. When she told Ryan later, he paled. Said Trieste had a known problem with human trafficking. A huge ring had actually been busted just the year before.
Fits the pattern perfectly.
It does. She realized how much of a target she was. Young woman, alone, foreign, obviously unsure. The woman lure, the men ready to step in. It was classic. She just feels incredibly lucky, incredibly relieved. She listened to that gut feeling and stayed put.
And that highlights a known tactic in trafficking operations. They often target vulnerable travelers, people who look lost or unsure. And using a woman as the initial contact, the lure, makes the approach seem much less threatening.
Disarming.
Exactly, it lowers your guard, which is why trusting your intuition is so absolutely critical, especially in unfamiliar places. If something feels wrong, even if you can't explain why, pay attention to it.
That little alarm bell.
It's often your best defense. Her staying on that bus, despite the woman's insistence, was probably life-saving.
So looking back at all these stories, there's this thin line, isn't there, between the completely normal and the utterly terrifying.
It really is a thin veil sometimes.
These accounts show how quickly things can change, but also the incredible strength people find within themselves. That mother's fury, the young woman's quick thinking in Russia, the student trusting her gut in Italy.
Resilience, instinct, situational awareness, they're powerful tools.
These aren't just scary stories. They're reminders. Reminders to stay aware, trust those instincts, and maybe appreciate the ordinary moments of safety a little more.
Well said.
Thank you for joining us as we shared these incredibly powerful accounts. We hope they gave you something to think about. If these stories resonated with you, please like and share them with others who appreciate true, unsettling encounters. And make sure you subscribe to our channel, Horror Docs, so you don't miss our future narratives.
Stay safe out there.
Until next time.